Right, a while ago, I had a video about breastfeeding, and this breastfeeding video was inspired by the story that get told by my family members. My sisters told me the story, my brother told me, and obviously my grandma. This story happened to my grandma. You can check my video on breastfeeding. This, I would say, this is like part two, but I don't really want to do part two, but there are some things I didn't mention in that video that I'm trying to mention quick. Yeah, breastfeeding is very important. Yeah, you can check things that I said in the video, things my grandma told me. My grandma told me regarding the science behind breastfeeding, things, important things based around that. But I didn't get a chance to just mention things that are actually very good, conducive to breastfeeding mothers, like the herbs they may choose to take when they're breastfeeding. Yeah, like, yeah, so things like alfalfa. Yeah, I think, did I pronounce that right? Alfalfa leaf. Yeah, it's been known in ancient wise to very it's good for breastfeeding mothers because it contains a lot of nutrients. You know, because common sense should tell us that breastfeeding should have nutrients so that you can nourish the baby and the breastfeeding mother as well. So the plants like alfalfa, yeah, like moringa, you know, some of these yeah, moringa is is in abundance throughout the world, especially it's a tropical plant. So moringa, alfalfa, in Europe, like things like red raspberry leaves. Yeah, they're quite good for breastfeeding. Some people, from my research, I heard things about saw palmetto. Is it saw palmetto berries, like fenugreek seeds, fennel seeds, dandelion leaf and the roots. Right, some people even take burdock roots. Yeah, so many like caraway seeds. People do talk about black seed as well, and people talk about the black seed oil that is kind of, they have affinity for the breast to supply quality, you know, nutrient dense food for the baby and the mother as well. Because don't forget, the mother actually have to sacrifice her own nutrition for the baby. Yeah. My respect for those for the breastfeeding mothers out there. Yeah, thank you for the great job. So, but you must find a way to nourish your body. So yeah, when people even talk about almond milk, almond seed, you know, almond seeds. Yeah, so it's quite good for breastfeeding as well. Yeah, so many plants, so many herbs out there that have affinity for the production of quality breast milk, which is is critical. It's very important because you got to maintain your own body as a breastfeeding mom as well. You know. So I've listened to stories where people say it's like they lost a lot of nutrient breastfeeding their children, and that's rightfully so, because yeah, that's what it is. So women, breastfeeding women should nourish their body, right? So all these, there's a lot of research. There's it's boundless research around herbs that you can take to nourish your body and to nourish your baby, the newborn baby as well. You know, so but those one I just mentioned, just like the more popular in the conscious community. You know, they've been used ancient wise. You know, I'm not sure that's the same one my grandmother used, based on when she didn't have based on the story I was told, that she didn't have the breast milk for my mom. So I was told she consumed some plants. So yeah, she spoke to a tree. You know, so she spoke to a tree, and she Then she had a communication with a tree, you know, some serious stuff. And then maybe she took some berries, I'm not sure, or some berries or some leaves. Maybe she chewed some leaves, I'm not sure, but that's how the story was being passed down to me. But this actually happened to my grandmother, based on the fact that her breast milk didn't come out when my mom was born. But eventually she was told to go to a tree, to, I'm not sure what happened, but not long the breast milk start coming out, you know. So the breasts start coming out. But that was what I was told based on that. And I relate that to what I'm talking about now, you know. I'm talking about now. Breastfeeding is very important, but it's more so for the child. Yeah, to nourish the child. Because that's the best food you can ever give to a child. When they are that kind of very vulnerable state, you know. The breast milk provides is it colostrum, you know, the first thing that now triggers the immune system for the child. I mean, the so-called what the defense system, defense mechanism in the gut to now tell those intelligence in the body that here we go. You know, we need to get to work. You know, breast milk does that for the body, to trigger, to communicate with the intelligence in the baby's body. You know, so yeah, so those herbs are quite good. You know, to supply quality milk for the baby, and to nourish the mother as well. You know, for effective, efficient, productive, constructive communication. Does that make sense? So just a quick video on that. So right, that's all my metala. Yeah, have a good day. Yeah, I share.